affordable and decent health care comparable to Medicare for all, and free or low-cost college tuition. Though one could cherry-pick for healthcare horror stories, this is irrefutable. Some of the current Democratic candidates endorse similar health and higher education plans. As they explain them, these plans seem doable, and you appear to endorse the goals. Please state the reasons, ideological, logistical, or otherwise, why you won't fully support trying to achieve them.
Good question. First and foremost thing we must do in public life is be honest with the public. Bernie's been honest. This is going to cost between $30 and $40 trillion over 10 years. The entire federal budget on a yearly basis is less than it will cost on a yearly basis to provide for Medicare for all, number one. Number two, it in fact, in my view, they all acknowledge that support it. It will take somewhere between 4 and 10 years for it to come into being. People can't wait. I believe the plan I proposed, which is building on Obamacare and providing a public option that is available for anyone, significantly reducing the cost of getting into the exchanges. My plan costs $750 billion. Would immediately cover everybody in America, allow you to keep your private plan if you wanted it. If you wanted it. The thing that Bernie's plan does is that you either have to have his plan or no plan, period, nothing. You cannot choose. A lot of these people have gone out and they've negotiated with their employers a significant health care plan that they've given up salaries for. They've given up part of their income for, and they like it. They should be entitled to choose to keep it if they wish. If they don't wish to keep it, they can buy into the public option that I propose. And it's affordable.
Just like in almost every other time I hear this guy speak, he's wrong. Why is he wrong? He fails to mention that Medicare for all will actually cost less in that 10-year window than our current system. I mean, it's so disingenuous because people who don't read about this will just get thrown that big ass number and think like, oh my God, we can't possibly pay for that, when obviously we can, because we're paying more for it now. I mean, come on. So he uses this trick that Ted Cruz also used. They try to compare the funding of another system to Medicare for all. That doesn't make any sense. The other system has a different way of taxation, a different way of getting the money, a different group of taxpayers. It's just, Ted Cruz kept saying, if we double the tax of a certain group of wealthy people, then we still wouldn't have enough money to pay for Medicare for all. But it's a different system, different way of funding that probably explains the differences in sizes of the funding. And Bernie's plan is just more practical too. Because with a public option, let's say, and here's the problem with the public option. The public option will put all the people in medical need right now in that option. So basically, sick people. And then the private system will suck up all the healthy people. And then they won't have to pay as much because they'd have the healthy people. And in a public option, you would have low quality and it would be underfunded because all the sick people are there, you know? Oh, and when that happens, this is what's going to happen. They're going to start saying, especially the Republicans, oh my God, look at that system. It's horrible. It's not working for the people it's supposed to be working for, and they're maybe going to repeal it, you know? And it's reasonable to say this because most of these plans, how they describe it, they always say, oh, I want to eventually lead to universal coverage, but they don't give a time frame. I think somebody's given a 10-year time frame. Come on. More than your 2 terms, possible 2 terms, if you even get out of your first one. That's why Bernie's plan that takes less and just because when people enjoy a plan, as what happened with Medicare fraud and Social Security, it's hard, you can't take it away from them. If you threaten to take it away from them, you lose the election. You can't because they like those systems, which would happen with Bernie's Medicare fraud, and which is why it would be smarter to pass it as quick as possible. Okay, this idea of choice. Okay, for one, you don't even choose your health insurance for these kind of people. Your employer chooses them for you. And once you have your insurance, do you choose what's covered? I don't think so. I don't see all the choice, and if you lose your job because there is a lot of turnover, where's your choice? I don't see all this choice. And if, let's say you don't even have insurance and you don't get employer provided insurance. I mean, there you really don't know that you have a choice. So, and in Medicare for all, you would have a choice of doctors. So, and that's what people really care for. They don't really care for arguing with their insurance companies if they can cover more. He also mentions labor unions. Okay, just think about it. If labor unions wouldn't have to depend on their employers to provide them health coverage, then don't you think that they would have more leverage to ask for something else? This just gives the power to the employer. And this actually happened a couple months ago when they were striking at General Motors. They literally took their freaking health insurance away. I mean, and then you can leverage for higher wages or other benefits. I mean, you just know whatever's gonna come out of this guy's mouth. It's just gonna be a bunch of disingenuous shit because he's getting his funding from the insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies, and they're just gonna keep doing it.